get in the mail MSX games from Japan, collecting without fail those shoot 'em ups, and that's the plan. He doesn't just collect them, he also codes them too. Join us and we'll go on electric adventures with you.
Hey YouTube, Electric Adventures here with my channel update for January 2021. Month that went by very fast. Once again, I've been a little quiet. I've been busy with work. My back is still pretty bad. I did get to see the surgeon, and I have to go through all of the processes at the moment. So I am due for what's called an S1 nerve block on the 12th of February, so that's not far off. So hopefully that gives me some assistance. But anyway, there are a lot more people with greater woes than me in the world at the moment. Now I do have some other pickups for the month. Now my work was doing a big tidy up, and I came into the general IT support area, and they were shredding a whole lot of discs. And I quickly went through them to find any of the non-HD 3.5-inch discs. And there are a whole pile of those. Now they've had Windows on them, but I should be able to reformat those because these are very useful for the Atari ST and the Amiga, and also the MSX. You can use the discs with the second, the second hole punched out in HD, but normally they're already formatted, and you can use them, but you do have some read and write issues. They're never quite right. So getting discs that have only had 720K written to them is much better. Now people will say, oh no, you're going to destroy sets of Windows here and things like that, but they'd already started shredding them, so they're not complete anyway. And I do actually have full sets of these put away, so these will be very good. I mean, it's like a PC template generator, and Microsoft Windows 386 additional driver discs. I have all copies of these, and that's obviously a Windows 3.1, but the key thing is they are 720K double-sided non-HD discs, and they should work really well as spares, so very happy to get those. Also, then they said, oh, you probably would like some, you'd use 5.25-inch discs as well, and I said yes, and they had these. So it's not a full box, but these are new, and there is well, I've got some stickers, and there's 6 discs in there, so I'm not going to complain about those either. They are of course like gold, finding those. Now I do have some spares, but it's just nice having a few more. So these are double-side, double-density soft sector, so they'll work with pretty much all of the old retro systems that I have. Like the BBC, Atari, even I've got a 5.25 for the MSX as well, yeah, very old, and of course the Apple II. Very, very useful. So didn't cost me any money, so they were just going to chuck them out, and they were in the middle of shredding them, so I managed to grab them before they got too far. Now the next thing, all this weird freight stuff has arrived, but I haven't played with it at all. It's another video conversion device, so I'm not 100% sure how I'm going to utilise it in the room, but I'm going to have a bit of a play with it. It's a RetroTink unit, so it's from the US. Comes fairly nicely packaged. There's this as well. So this is a 2X Pro. It's not the top of the line. Pardon me, sorry, I still got that cough. I got the optional Nintendo connector as well, so that the video goes in here and the left right, so that'll work with NTSC, Nintendo 64, which I said I haven't tried. That's what I got it for. I got that for the Nintendo 64. Comes with a micro USB power cable, which is pretty cool, and in this little Hessian bag here we have a RetroTink 2X Pro. So it has RGB in component and left-right audio. You have a couple of switches to turn the filtering and scaling to different settings, and you've got the micro USB for power and of course the HDMI out, and you've got that alternate video in, so you can wire up different cables to that if you're not going straight to the component video here. So that cable I got there will work as an example. So once again, have not really had a play with it, but I'm interested to see how I can change my setup here. This is sort of like hedging my bets if this large CRT here goes. If that goes, this would allow me to output from the devices I've got hooked up there, because we're going to SCART. I should be able to go to this and then to HDMI, and it's supposed to have no lag and obviously upscale, but I haven't tried it yet to see what it's like. I've got a little LCD TV here, so I'll be able to play with it and try it there. So once again, haven't played with it, so I can't really give you an opinion on it yet, but it wasn't that expensive. I'll blame the drugs I'm on for my back. Also, I'm not 100% sure whether I'd actually had these in the last video, but I got a 5-disc CD player, because down here I've got a Yamaha amplifier, speakers, subwoofer, we've got left and right speakers, front effects speakers, front speaker, and the rear effects, they're not plugged in because there's not enough room or cabling in here at the moment, but it sounds wonderful. But other than the consoles, and I do have the TV looped in so I can listen to the sound through the stereo, I didn't have any other music capability in here. Now of course I can put a music CD in a PlayStation 2 or one of the other ones, but I don't want to wear out their optical drives. And I had a look around and I found locally on our local Gumtree this Yamaha 5-disc CD player. It needs a little bit of work. And this is a common fault with these. I don't have my glasses on, I can't actually remember but I'll show you a picture up here of the unit plugged in and playing. I said it's just down here in front of me, and at the moment it's got a little hook on the drawer, so you have to press the eject button, wait to hear the motor sound, and then you pull the drawer out, and that's because one of the belts has gone. And it's an easy fix, and actually just today in the mail I have replacement belts. So once again, haven't had a chance to get it out again, take it apart and put the belts on. It's a fairly simple operation. I've watched some videos, so it should be really good. And take it from me, it's just wonderful. You put 5 CDs in there, and you forget after all this time of listening to MP3s through iTunes and other things, that CD actually do have more sound on them, and not all tracks from CDs are uploaded to the various streaming platforms. So I actually have quite a decent sized CD audio collection, and it's nice to just put some of those discs in there. You come in, you turn it on, you press play. I'm happy for them to just play through in the thing, and while it's doing that I can do things in the room and you know, relax and enjoy myself, and the sound is wonderful. I will give you a demo, but once again I'll get a copyright strike. But it just, this room works really well with those speakers and that setup, so I'm very pleased with it. And this will get rid of that manual drawer opening, which is excellent. And you can do things like, so you've got 5 CDs in there, you've got the one playing goes up into the unit, so you can press the play exchange button while one's playing, and you can take out one of the other 4 while it's still playing, which is a really good way of doing it. And they're a good unit, really good sound. I have another one inside the house, though this one only has left-right audio out, which is fine for in here, and the sound's great. The one inside of the house actually has an optical audio out, so I've got that into my better stereo there, and that's a slightly newer model in there. So I've ended up with 2 of them, which is great. So the belts are the main pickup there, but every game room's got to have some decent sound, and I'm glad I've tidied that up a little bit. I have done a little bit of tidying up in the room and rearranging. I need a bit more time, and then I'll probably do an updated room tour for this year. We still have quite a few arcade machines down, with some with trivial little things. Cabinet over here, as I mentioned last time, the monitor is unfortunately gone again, so I've got to recap that. The Bosconian cabinet, if you leave it off for 2 weeks, it'll work. but if turned off and again, it doesn't work. So it's got a capacitor that I need to replace. I need to take that out and put the high score saver on it anyway. Berserk, I haven't done any work on it, so it's still not working. Even my Tutankhamun cabinet will work for the first 5 minutes and then go dark. So that has a capacitor problem with the monitor. My friend Aaron's Mortal Kombat 2 cabinet, I've got a horizontal game board in, that works fine. My racing car game works fine. And the choplifter, that one, its monitor chassis is gone as well. So I've got lots of soldering and projects to do there. One more pickup. I'd actually forgotten that I backed this. It's been a little while. This is the ZX Spectrum Crash Annual 2021. It's actually been sitting in my lounge room for a little bit. I honestly have not had a chance to go through it yet. It comes with lots of bits and pieces. So this is, oh, no, upside down. That's a poster. There's a little sampler of Fusion, I think it is, and there's a calendar as well, which is really cool. So it's really good quality. And yeah, because I did actually own a Spectrum later in the day, and I did buy Crash on occasion. I don't have any of those early magazines though, because I got rid of them in a big purge many years ago. Now, as far as pickups, I think that is all the bits and pieces that I've got. Those games I've been playing. So at my holiday at home, which I've spent a little bit of time at, I have my PS3, and I've taken down only those PS3 games that I haven't played. And even though I have the newer version of Skyrim, the VR edition from my PS4, I find it very hard to play that because you've got the VR setup and everything like that. So I started playing Skyrim from scratch down at the shack again, and I'm actually quite enjoying that. I probably should have played it ages ago. It's one of the older games in my collection that I haven't played for a while. And on the PS4 I finally started the second Tomb Raider game, and had a couple of sessions on that, and I've been quite enjoying it. So that's as modern as Electric Adventures gets, I'm afraid. No PS5 or anything yet. Although, you know, when they become in more general stock and everything like that, I probably wouldn't mind getting a PS5, replacing the unit in the house. I'll take the PS4 down to the shack, especially if the backwards compatibility to the PS4 games work, because I've got a whole heap of PS4 games that I haven't played. But I'm in no particular rush. I don't really need to spend that sort of money because I won't have the time to play it properly. But yeah, no, it's going pretty good. Now I have recorded some other videos. They're all going to be higgledy-piggledy. I've recorded some completely, I just haven't edited them. Even my Amiga MSX thing, I've got some recorded video of me doing some more soldering, but I haven't edited that either. I just, it only really makes sense to other people who've got bad backs, but I basically get up, go to work, come home, and then I'm exhausted and end up sitting in front of the TV and can't do much. So the only thing I have been able to do and concentrate on in a couple of sessions is I have made more progress on my homebrew titles. So, and the main focus of early in this month, I haven't actually worked on it for a week, is Sydney Hunter and the Caverns of Death for the NES. Now I have finally broken the back of all of the parts of the engine that I need, gotten past the technical limitations, and I've completely done the first 3 levels, and I'm working on putting together the last bits of level 4. Now I've got the entire, all 10 levels are completely in there as far as the layout is concerned, but each level you've got to place all the enemies and put all the puzzles, but my engine copes with most of those just by me putting in some data structures. But you've got to test and play through and things like that, but it's progressing really well. So as an a little bonus, here's me playing it on, instead of emulated, here's me playing it on real hardware, and I did it just before this video, having a bit of a play, and I apologise for the flickering screen. Right, so this is just a quick test of Sydney Hunter on real hardware. My capture does this stupid flickering because I'm using a top loader 2 with my EverDrive, Kritz EverDrive, and it's RF out, and I just get it's perfectly fine on the screen. Now, as far as things that are available, options, we have our test music, which works. I might add other options in there later on. You have a password screen, so we can use any button for these. So people not wanting spoilers, look away. So that all works. And you press a button to get going. I quite like the music that's been done for this one. I do have some, little collision detection things to work on, but I haven't been concentrating too much on those. So we've got a thing there, and there's a little bug there. Oops. It's a little thing, you can't jump off vines to the left or right at the moment. I need to fix that. Just missing an action. And for the observant, there's a little flicker there. But the main thing is all the puzzle engine works. So if I go and collect this jewel, it activates a trap. A ghost appears. It's looking pretty nasty. I hit him a few times. And we get points, as you can see down there. And we've got our gem. Collect. Now, the bug I mentioned is the fact that this isn't a gem or after. That's a different thing. These hints of what you're supposed to put where are only in the early levels. But most of the mechanics are working quite well. So this is a more complicated puzzle. So you've got to put this here, and then another pedestal appears. And now we get that one. So I'm not getting all of the bonus items. And really that should have the idle picture up there. Whoops. It always stays open. Section. Notice there's more things in each of the caverns, making it a little bit harder. And obviously I've played this a lot. Now, one key thing that I added was, as anything evil progresses or happens, I've made the screen shake like that, which is quite cool. Now, once again, can't jump off, so there's a little thing there to help at the moment. Oops. There we go. We'll finish that level. So there's a quick demo. I'm not going to play two more, I don't want to spoil it. And this next level obviously gets bigger, harder, and does actually need those jumping between vine bits. So that's the next thing I'm going to work on and finish off this cavern. Now, in the original Super Nintendo game, this is called the Cavern of Scrollings. It has a vertical scrolling section. I'm not going to be able to do that in the NES version, so I'll probably rename this level. But it does have quite a large vertical section where you've got to keep going and escape the lava. Alright, that'll do for now. Alright, I hope you enjoyed that quick demo of Sydney Hunter and its progress. I'm very pleased that it's got that far. I said I really don't have any major limitation bugs to get past now. It's only little things which I know I can fix, and tweaks and collision detection and things like that. Want more action to do, like you can't climb up and down the rope bridges and stuff, but they are just more actions to add to the list, so they shouldn't take too long. So that one's finally getting near the end. I showed little snippets of my next game that I'll be working on, which is Kangaroo, which I'll be making for the Coleco on the MSX. Haven't done any more other than those graphics I showed you, because I wanted to focus on the NES. Cavern Fighter is completely finished, sent off to be manufactured, and will come out soon. That's Cavern Fighter for the ColecoVision. I haven't done the MSX and Spectravideo versions yet, and Berserk still ironing out the last couple of bugs, and then that can go off so people can buy it. So things are progressing, and I hope to focus and get quite a few homebrew games out for a number of systems this year and have a very good 2021. Now I know everybody out there is probably going through some very different times, just like 2020, the new norm is lockdowns and restrictions and you know, and things, but vaccine on the horizon hopefully will allow us to get back to the normal. I can't imagine what it's like for people in other countries. We're so lucky here in Australia, yeah, so worst I've got's bad back. Doesn't matter, some other people are suffering way more. So I hope everybody is well, enjoying their retro games and their modern games as well. I'm Electric Adventures. Thanks to all my subscribers. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.